So this pile of black pens had been in this drawer, and I just pulled it out, and I haven't seen this lot of stuff in ever. And why were they in that box? It's the Ward pen. This is an Eagle Flash, whatever that is. How does this fill? Okay, it didn't have a sack. Must have had a sack. Anyway, it's an Eagle Flash. This is a what? Ottawa? It's an Ottawa fountain pen. A middle filler. So it fills by putting ink in there, and then your fingers won't get dirty because of ink coming out of there, but your other part of your hand will get dirty. I guess these were all in this drawer because I didn't know how to sort them. So some of these are in lovely shape. The salts pen. Well, this can. I have a salts drawer. This should go in my salts drawer, shouldn't it? The nib is probably not salts. It's just a warranted nib. So these all were just dumped in a drawer because I didn't have time to sort them out. So this is a Benny and Hayes, or whatever it's called, company, B&H, I think. Yep, B&H. So pens that belong in drawers over there, I will put over here to move over there. Schaefer pencil. Just throw that up here. I want to deal with that. Oh, I'm up early, Mr. Hodges. The Pen Craft. I think I can sell this pen. I don't need this in my collection. But it's a Paul W. Johnson nib. Johnson? Yes, Johnson. Maybe I need this nib for something. Yeah, I think this was a Japanese brush pen that was given to me by a client. And why is it here? I don't know. I'm trying to do stuff with brushes, and my brain just can't function with brushes. It's just not. Well, my soul, I don't know. I don't know if my soul even functions any longer. This is a Franklin. You know, it would help if I could see what I'm doing. Brooklyn. Muggy and Treckman, Brooklyn, 1903. Whoever they were, they made this pen. I guess these are just a bunch of weird off brands. I remember this pen, this pencil was given to me by my mother for Christmas. And it's this big Czechoslovakian hard rubber grip lead pencil. And I ended up breaking it in half. And I felt so bad. This is a Waterman clip. I can go there. Jackson pen. Oh, this has a dip nib in it. Ooh, let's just see how this one writes. I think I can turn this into a pen that I can sell to a calligrapher. What is this? Paul E. Wirt. This is a stylographic pen. Price sticker on this one. Should I just put them all back in the drawer where they came from? Select Point. How does this work? Never heard of this pen company before. Well, I'm compacting to yes, to make room for more stuff, but I'm also trying to Anoto the pen. I'm trying to get ready for the pen show, and a lot of that has to do with going through drawers and deciding what I need to have. This was a pen that, it's a Modern Pen Company pen, and do I need this anymore in my life? Probably not. Should I just put all these back in the drawer where they came from? None of these pens are going to make anyone happy when they can buy something like a Waterman. They're not going to want to buy a Jackson pen. Beautiful fine nib on this thing. Well, we have to get you out and about there. This is a Sheaffer nib. Now, I have lots of Sheaffer nibs, and I have lots of pens like this that are no-name pens or pens that I don't have the correct nib for. So I put a Sheaffer nib in this pen. Now I can go to hell, whatever level of hell that is, where a pen person put the wrong nib in the wrong thing. But I created a nib, a pen that people can use. So what's wrong with that? And I tell people that they're buying a pen that has a replacement nib, and they know it. I'm not deceiving them. So I think I should be able to do that. And otherwise, the nib would be in one pile, and the pen would be in another pile, and would never, ever, 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 ever work. But now I'm able to make it work. And the Pencraft. So these are Pencrafts, and this is I think a Salts Brothers pen. No, what is it? Trademark. It's a Morrison. What the heck? Huh. What the heck? Royal. Does this fit on that pen? Maybe. Oh. Maybe I can turn this into a dip pen. I mean a Franken pen. Paul E. Wirt. Paul Wirt pens didn't have breather holes in them. And somehow they still worked. To a degree. A nothing pen. Sterling pen. My friend Otto has a customer that wanted Sterling pens. This doesn't have a Sterling nib though, does it? This is another Onoto. Waterman, what's this doing in here? Waterman 52. There. Another Morrison. Or is this the same Morrison? This is the same pen I just looked at. For God's sake. There's a person in our local club that likes Morrisons. I should sell this to that person. Pencraft, I've already looked at that one. I'm looking at the same pens. I shouldn't have just dumped them all back. Jackson pen. Okay, this is the one that has a dip nib on it, so I'm going to save that over here. Put that nib somewhere else. Another Wirt. Okay, I'm just going to put the Wirts in a pile. Why not? It's just stylographic pen. Where do my other Wirts go? It's a Wirt. That's a Royal. Some Morrison. I'll put that with my Morrisons. Franklin. Onoto. Pencraft. Sterling. Goes over here. Craig. It's a Craig coin filler. Who knew they made that? That's a keeper. Yes, the Commonwealth Pen Show I'm getting ready for. You should come to it, mister. This is an off-brand pen. I mean, it's not off-brand. It's the one that just told you about. Off-brand. Who made this pen? The cap says Independent. J-U-N-O. Another coin filler. Okay, here's another Franklin. Go here. Pencraft. Off-brand pen. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put all of these right back in the box where they were and forget I even looked at them because I'm just not getting anywhere with this. This is just, let's just rewind our little clock. Let's pretend I didn't look at any of these things. I'll save that one. Didn't come out of that thing. I'm going to put this back. Oh. There, all better. Except for this one. I left this one out because this nib is a dip nib from from 1890 or something. And I'll try to find a pen, maybe this pen, and I'll sell it to a calligrapher. It is a nice bouncy. It would be really good for writing this kind of writing. I'll see. It's the end of next month. Yeah, I think you should come. Let me just see. Will Hodge. It's very broad and moppy, is this pen. But someone might like it. Mightn't someone. These pens in this box were all things that I took out to try to sell someone. And I can put these back in the correct drawers. That goes down there. These are all 21s and 45s. Do I have all the 21s and 45s? I do. I think. Yep. So they're going to go in my 21 and 45 drawer. Maybe I can sell some of these. I sold a few of these last year at the pen show, and I probably can sell a few more. They're perfectly lovely little pens that will make someone very happy. Correct? Correct. Oh, this is not a, this is a Parker VS that needs a sack, I bet. No, doesn't need a sack. But it needs to be put back together again. So I'll just throw that back in the box. These go down below me. Can't see because they're in the dark. I'll do that later. What else can I? Do these shakers all function? Let's find out. Usually what I do before a pen show, I take all the pens I'm bringing and I'll sort of fill them with water just to make sure the sack works. And sometimes I'll write with them for a minute just to reacquaint myself with the pen and how it writes. And then I'll put it in a drawer and I'll completely forget that I tested that pen. And I'll forget what the nib was like. I'll forget everything about it. But let me just, oh, this works. Does anyone want to join me in the audience? Anyone have any desire to join me? This one is one of these kind of pens. And sometimes these work and sometimes they don't. And does this one work? Not very well. So this will go in the touchdown repair bin. And if I have time to fix them, I will. Well, yeah, and Somerville is part of the Boston big city area, but I think you can, I don't think you automatically would think of it as a big city. You could stay at a bed and breakfast that has a front porch. You don't have to participate in big city stuff. These all work. This is the kind of pen that Cedar liked. He likes these short, fat Schaefers. Yeah, this cap doesn't want to screw down very good, so I'll put that on the deal with later box. Aha, a Skyline. Skyline has one of those stiff, broad-ish kind of nibs that I generally don't like very much, but someone might like it. Okay, are you not going to function? What is your issue? Sometimes you get these Skylines where the feed doesn't go any further in than one particular spot, and the consequence is the nib doesn't stay tight. So I have to find a different thing for this pen. I'm just going to leave this over here. Just keep the nib out. One of these. This one needs a new sack. This one has a name on the barrel, R.E. Rape, R-A-P-E. So there's that. To contend with. So anyway, I'll put a sack on this pen. It's one of these cool Triumph nibs that seem almost indestructible. And they're really cool nibs. They're rarely are they flexible, like really rare. And sometimes they're fine, most of the times they're pretty firm and pretty broad. Okay, sack for this one. Sack. I'll put a sack on it shortly. What's this one? Another Schaefer. A little bit of play in that nib. It's pretty cool. A gray Waterman with a firm nib. Maybe this one will end up in the collection of, what's his name? Frederick. Friedrich. He likes gray. Here's another gray one. H. Roger Crabtree owned this pen. Another gray one. The cap is kind of nasty, but maybe he has a cap that is better. And another gray one. I'll take pictures of these and send them to Friedrich, see if he wants to buy them. That is a better cap. So they go over in that pile. What is this? It's a Sheaffer. Oh, this is the one I was talking to you earlier about. I'll put a new sack on this one. I think this sack was fine, but I'll just put a new one on it. What about this one? Wherever, with a wherever nib. And a really thick sack. Must be the original sack. Well, it's going to stay there. If you don't want to come off, you're going to stay right there. This Wherevers are not great pens. This one has a gold nib and it works, so good. There you go. Atomic. That nib seems to be sticking way further out than it needs to, but it seems to work. So there you go. Look, I'm almost done with this box. Fifth Avenue. Pen pencil combo. With a perfectly fine nib that can stay. I think all of the pens that were in this box should have been functioning. This is a unfortunate pen, but it works. So another wherever. Or something. Warranted nib. I think this needs a new sack. Yep. Needs a new sack. I think I'm just going to put that over here in the, maybe I'll do it someday, drawer. You know, sometimes at a pen show, if you spend a lot of time fixing a pen that you're only going to sell for $20, just leave it at home. You don't have, you know, it's not like I'm going to make, you know, I paid money for the pen, some amount of money, and I repaired it, but I'd rather just bring a pen that I'm going to sell for $80. That way I can, why is this not coming out? Okay, the sack. This will be sacked. You know, I'll probably have some pens that are sort of ugly but functional, and I'll put a nice nib in it. And there are a lot of artists and calligraphers that don't care what the pen looks like. They just want to have a pen that works. And these will make them happy because they'll be able to buy them relatively inexpensively. And I'll have a little box saying artist special, $30 or whatever the price will be. Doesn't really belong together, but can I throw this box away? Can I throw this box away now? Craig. I'm going to throw this box away. Where are these two nibs going to go? Going to go right here. This is going to go right here. And this box can be thrown away. Look. Aren't you happy? I'm happy. These all go in the drawers behind me. These are all working. And I'm going to find out if these work. And then that'll be the drawer that functions. Needs a new sack. See if it's worth doing. Yeah, it's okay. It's missing its little band right there. So what? This is a eyedrop filled pen. Doesn't need a new sack. What kind of nib does it have? Perfectly fine pen. An eagle. Wow, nice nib on this one. Needs a new sack. Come on. Really nice nib. Okay, pick another drawer. See if these are functional. Nope. Functional. This works. I used to put little tags on my pens so I knew what kind of nib they had. And I'm wondering whether I should do that again. And I think what I'd do, it would be flexible or fine. I wouldn't bother with, I don't have enough of the other ones. The other ones are going to be firm. Just so I can find the flexible ones when I need to. There's so many different nibs out there, though. It's really, these little Sheaffer, flexible Sheaffer pens are really great. Okay, why is this a little more pen here? Well, where's the sack? In here somewhere. Come on. There's the sack. Sack on this. To Estabrooks. Nice nib on that one. Nice nib on this one. Good. Yay. Yay. More of these Waterman fishnet stocking pens. This is missing some of the teeth on the feed, but I don't have the feeds that will fit it, so it'll just have to be some feeds from teeth missing. It's just the way it's going to be. Can't help it. Look at this lovely thing. Nice Sheaffer. Nothing wrong with that. A little Sheaffer. Little hard rubber thing from the olden days. The Sheaffer. Good. So far, so good. Oh, fuck. God damn it. Okay, where did you fall? Fell on the floor. Where are you? My little pen repair area here, I feel like I'm a pilot getting into the 747 or whatever airplane. It's this tight little corner I have to sort of crawl into and back my butt down, and if I drop something on the floor, I normally have to get up off my chair and this is another touchdown. This is another touchdown. This one might work. Oh, it's a snorkel. Probably should keep that. I have so few snorkels. Might as well keep that in my own collection, since it seems to work. Some people might find it a fun idea. Off-brand pen. Big Lion. This is a pen about the size of a dual fold, or even bigger maybe. And it'll make someone happy. I looked at these already, didn't I? Yes. So who's in the room now? 6 people are watching me slowly lose my mind. Try another one of these. These fishnet stocking ones. They came in 3 colors: black, red, and blue. And I have one of each for sale. And good for me. This is another weird Waterman. Same kind of thing without the fishnet. Sort of a loud, stiff nib. A fine rigid, it says. I'm going to throw that over here. Just don't want to deal with it. It's depressing. Oh, Waterman 12. Look at that. Do I want to sell this pen? So strange to see this pen in my for sale drawer, but Yep, sell it. Waterman 12. Perfect pen. Waterman 52.5. Another perfect pen, almost. Another Waterman 52.5. I will have no trouble selling these pens at the pen show. No trouble at all. They're the first to go. Waterman, and then Skylines with flexible nibs. They're always among the ones that I show first. Oh, I want a flexible nib. Okay, look at this one. Oh, I love this nib. And then, ta-da! There, you buy it. Ta-da! Sheaffer. Sheaffer number 2, self-filling. This is a pen that Todd Merrill would like. And he can come to the pen show and buy it from me if he wants, because that's where it's going to go. 52V. So these are all good, all ready to go. These will go quick. Another touchdown. Well, this seems to halfway work. The reason it doesn't work the full way is it needs a new sack. So that'll be fixed. This is a Wall Oxford, which was Eversharp's sort of bargain pen. And they often had smaller nibs than you'd expect them to have on a pen that's kind of fat. They were sold to students. They often had, like this pen, fancy plastics. And another one of these. This often happens with this cap, this kind of cap, the two-parter. And put a new sack on this one. Nothing wrong with these pens. They're great. This is a piece of junk, but it has a nice made in USA, it says. It has a gold nib. That is really unpleasant. So throw that in that box. If any of you see a pen that you want to buy from the piles I'm doing, you can always look at this Swan pen. I want this. And why do I want it? I kind of like the cap band. It's kind of cool. So I'll put this in my keeper pile. This is British made, I think. Made in England. Normally I don't want to start collecting English pens, but Swans are different. Why does that nib seem anemic to me? A little more. Does anyone have any questions? 5 people are still watching me for some reason. This is the last drawer I'm going to do here. Another one of these. Great pen. The thing I don't like about them is the barrel screws on, and it's very difficult finding one that where when you screw it on, the lever ends up on the top, matching the nib. See? So sometimes if I have 3 of these, I'll switch barrels around, and hopefully one of them will work better. Usually, if you do that, though, the one you took it from doesn't work anymore. So, a little Swan, gold medal, gold bond, gold something. Very firm nib. Someone might like that. Sheaffer, really firm nib. Waterman. Firm nib on this one. I mean, yeah, it's okay. Nothing wrong with it. A little broader on the thin side than I normally like, but I tend to like fine nibs. Another good one of these. Ooh, nice rubbery skyline. Good for a drawer. Does this need to be reset? I need to save one of these from my friend Cesar, but I'm sure I'll have one for him when he comes to visit. He's been wanting one for a while, and back. I'm having the Pen Repairman fingernail issue right now. The lever digs into my flesh. Gets under the fingernail and can hurt me. Good. Last one. Good. Okay, these will go in the drawer. Ta-da. Okay, I'm off, people. See you later.